Hi, I'm Mara Di Matteo, and today I'm making my mother's torta di mele, which would be an apple pie, really an apple tart. A very special apple tart. It brings back a lot of memories of my childhood because my mother would make this on Saturday night so we could have it for Sunday, sometimes for breakfast, which for me is the best time to have dessert. Now the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use my wonderful microplane and I'm going to peel this lemon. I'm going to use half of the peel for this lemon for the crust, the pasta frolla, and half for the filling, which is going to be not only apples, but it's going to have a custard in it, made fresh and poured on top of the apples right before you bake it, not as a separate cream. So that's why this cream is the start is very easy. And it's unique. I never had anything like that anywhere else. It was very, very, very special. Now, Italians use lemons a lot, as you can see, because it adds a little tangy, lovely flavor that makes things, a little more interesting and refreshing. Okay, the lemon is being peeled. Now I'm going to start working on my dough. Okay, I have here flour, about 2 cups of flour, I think, but the recipe is on my website, mararita.com. That's where you can get all the information. So I put the flour in here. I have some sugar, about a cup of sugar in here. And I'm going to add some eggs. Actually it's 1 egg plus 1 egg yolk. And then I'm going to add also some butter. So let's put this here. Now my mother would make this on the tagliere, which would be a large wooden board. I don't do that because it's easier for me to just dirty a bowl than an entire large board. So I just mix this all up like this. You can do this in a food processor. In the recipe that taught you can do it in a food processor. But it's really so simple to do by hand that I don't bother with that. I prefer to use my hands. Hands are your best tool. So I'm mixing it up. And the butter is fairly soft. It's not too soft, but it's fairly soft, so that you can work with it very, very nicely. And then you're going to make a very soft dough, which you're going to put in a pie dish. Right in. You don't even have to roll it out. You could roll it out, and sometimes I do. It depends on the mood. I'm a woman. I have the right to be moody. And but today I'm going to put it right in a pie pan and roll it out and press it into the pan. Now my mother did not use this beautiful pie pan that I have here, which is, I forgot the name, Le Creuset. It's a Le Creuset. She used an old aluminum cake pan in which she made other cakes. My mother, didn't have that much baking equipment. But I do because I have this passion for things. This is good. So look at what I'm going to do now. I'm going to add the lemon peel because we need a nice lemon flavor in it. And just mix it up very easily by hand and make this wonderful, wonderful apple tart or apple pie, open face apple pie, whatever you want to call it. My mother called it apple cake, okay? A lot of desserts in Italy, they're called cakes, but they're really tarts. Okay, so this is good. I'm going to put this here. And here's my pie dish, which is prepared. And I'm just going to press it out like this. Just like this. See, the dough is it's going to be very thick, so it's going to give it this wonderful, wonderful cakey base. So it's not just a pie, but maybe that's why it's called torta, which means cake, because it makes it it tastes a little more like a cake, which I happen to like. I like softer textures rather than harder and crunchy ones. So this works really, really well. Just about done, just a little bit longer. Now you could put this in the refrigerator at this point, and you could let it, get a little harder so that it will hold up better in the oven, or you can put it right in with the apples. I think because it's so soft, I'm going to put this in the refrigerator for a little while, and then we'll fill it up. Okay, here we are. I rested this dough for a little while, so it's a little firmer. It will hold up better in the oven. So So now that it is ready, all I do is take the apples. Now, apples are very important. The apples you want to use are these. These are Golden Delicious, which are very similar to the apples called Renette. They're in Italy. They are soft but not too soft. They hold up well in a pan, in a pie, and they have a really nice neutral flavor that goes well with most desserts. They're the ones most used in Italy. Now, I put the apples in here. Very simple. Just throw them in. You don't have to arrange it neatly. This is a rustic tart. It's not the very fancy French one. It's just very, very simple. And they will not fill up the whole pie, but that's okay, because you're going to add the cream. And part of that is going to be the filling, which is very important. Okay, now that I put the apples in here, I'm going to make the filling. Okay, I have 2 eggs and 2 egg yolks in here. I'm going to put them in here and mix them all up with a little bit of sugar and also with some flour. Now the flour makes the cream a little denser. So that's where you go. You just mix it nicely together like this. Then you take some cream. I use light cream. My mother used to use a mix of milk and cream, which is really what light cream is made of anyway. You can also use half and half, so that will work well. So just pour it in. It's half a pint, and that's what makes it luscious and creamy and delicious. Plus the egg yolks. Egg yolks always make a better custard, richer than just using full whole eggs. Okay, and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to strain it into this, because we don't want any lumps whatsoever. So I'm just going to pour it in here, and I'm going to strain it. Okay, just press it down with a spoon so you don't get any lumps. You get a little bit of the stuff here that you don't need, and the cream is going to be nice and smooth. Now you add your lemon peel, the other half of the lemon. You just throw it in like this, nicely. And that's what gives it a really, really good flavor, very Italian flavor. You can always tell an Italian dessert by having a lemon flavor. Not all of that, but a lot. And now we're going to mix it in like this. And you're going to pour it very gently over the apples. We'll not cover them completely. It's not meant to. Just like that. With this, look at this cream. Isn't it beautiful and silky? And it will be just like that when you cut it into it. It will be silky, rich, and luscious. Now, I'm going to put some sugar on top, just to give it a little shine, a little extra sweetness. And this is it. You're done. This is my mother's torta di mele, apple tart, and it makes a delicious breakfast in in an hour. So I'm going to bake it for about an hour at 350 degrees. We will take it out. So here it is, ready to go in. And here it is. I just took it out of the oven. Look how beautiful and golden it is. With this nice yellow custard, it smells heavenly, delicious. And the crust is nice and brown. It's not the perfect crust, but it's okay. This is rustic. And the best thing to have with this, a little cup of espresso, made with this little cafetiera here. The best thing to go with it. I like it for breakfast. Now, if you want the detailed recipe for this recipe, go to marawriter.com and you will have everything you need. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.